Hello children, I am very glad to welcome you all to yet another lesson. So today children, we will be moving on and will be looking at the next lesson in our EVS subject. We are going to learn many interesting things today in this particular lesson, and the name of the lesson for today will be getting to know the place we live in. Alright. So some of us we go to our villages during our vacation, isn't it? Most of us we live in the city. We live in Mumbai city. So we cannot say that we live in villages, but we do go to our village during our vacation, isn't it? Now some of us we live in towns and the others they live in the city. So, when you are living in a town, or when you are living in a village, or when you are living in a city, what is it that you need to know about the place? Alright? Now, like I told you, that when we are living in a particular place, there are certain things about that particular place which is very famous. So when we talk about Mumbai, there are many important things in Mumbai which are very famous. We have the Taj Hotel in Mumbai, we have the Gateway of India in Mumbai, we have the Bandra sailing in Mumbai, isn't it? So in today's lesson, we are going to talk about the town, the city that we live in, and how these places are famous and why they are famous. Okay, and how should we preserve our town and our city. But before going there, before trying to see why our town is famous and what are the famous things in our city, we will try and understand how these cities were formed. Okay, but before that, there is a very nice exercise of a word puzzle in your textbook. So, let us try and solve that word puzzle and then we will move on. Now, we do not have too much time, children. Okay, so that is the reason I will show you the names of the places and then we will try and see whether we are able to locate them on this grid. So we will learn the names of some new places also. So let us see which is the first place here. So we have Pune here. All of us have heard about Pune. It is the city which is very close to Mumbai. Then we have here Kolhapur. Now when we talk about Kolhapur, we remember Jaggery there. We remember the very famous temple, Mahalakshmi temple of Kolhapur. Okay. Then we have Latur here. Alright. Let's see the name of our next city. That is Thane. So now Thane is also a city which is very close to Mumbai. It borders Mumbai, and then let's see what our next city is. So we have Satara as a city, and then we have Pain. Okay, so these are the various cities. See, one more is there, Nashik. If you try and search, you might see many other cities also. You will be able to find out the names of at least 3 or 4 other cities or places also. Okay, so these are some cities in our state of Maharashtra. Now, first, before going and finding out why these places become famous, let us try and see why such cities or why such towns or villages came into existence in the first place. Let us try and understand about the history of these towns and these villages. So let us learn how towns were formed. Can you see? You can't call it a city. It is an image of a town. Now, what is a town? A town is bigger than a village, but it is smaller than a city. Okay, so let us try and see how this town or how this villages even or how these cities were formed. So we are going to see a very interesting story about how man progressed, and he was in the beginning a nomad. Okay, so humans were nomadic in nature. Now who are nomads? Children, nomads are people who go from one place to another place. They do not have any permanent house or they do not have any permanent place where they stay. Okay, they move on. They keep moving from one place to another in search of food, in search of, you can say, clothing, in search of shelter. So, in one place, when it starts raining, they move to a place where there is no rain. Alright? So, human beings, all of us, we were all nomads once upon a time. Alright? From there, and we were hunter gatherers. That is, we did not know to grow anything. We just hunted and we killed small animals and we gathered whatever we could find lying around in the surroundings. So you can see here mangoes and fruits falling from the tree. We used to simply gather this and we used to eat it and fill our stomach. So we were hunter gatherers. Can you see? You can see this image, both of the things, hunting as well as gathering. So we as human beings in the beginning, we did not have a permanent place to live in. We even did not have a permanent one kind of food which we used to cultivate and eat. We used to eat whatever we found around us. From there, we slowly developed and we started doing farming. Okay, we learned how to grow our crops because it was not always possible to get food. Sometimes when there was nothing available to eat and there were no animals also to hunt around, then we realized that no, this will not do. We will have to learn how to grow our own food. And so we decided to do some farming. And now you all know, children, that when you do farming, you require so many things for it. See, so man slowly started farming and they slowly started settling down also. So can you see here? They have some houses, alright, and they are farming. You can see a man and the woman cutting some grass or something. And you will also notice very important thing. They choose to settle near places where water was available to them. So wherever there used to be water for drinking, like there was a river or there was a pond or a lake or something, they used to try and settle around those places. So slowly and slowly they started settling down and settlements were formed. See here, now this settlement, slowly this settlement started growing also. Alright, there you could see a few small huts, and now here there are better houses. And you will also see they started not only doing agriculture, but they also started farming animals, that is animal husbandry also they started doing. Now they do farm, children, and then they started settlings like this. Okay, many such small settlements they merged together to form villages or towns. There were two small villages, they came together, they merged together, and then there was a big town there. So, this is how slowly and slowly settlements developed. So, we are talking about the cities in this lesson, we are talking about the places we live in. So it is very necessary for us to know how these places came into existence, isn't it? Now you will see that man started needing implements for farming. Okay, man started needing this kind of hoe. They started needing all these different instruments for farming. So they started making all these instruments on themselves. Some of them they started making on themselves. But then they realized it was not possible for them to make all these things that they needed. So they would make these farming instruments and they would farm. But what about the clothes that they had to wear? What about the ornaments that they had to wear? What about the utensils that they need to cook? So, who would make all this? So, slowly and slowly, people started doing different types of work. Okay, some of them started saying, okay, they are farming, so they will do some weaving work. Weaving is making clothes. Okay. Some others started saying that they will start making some ornaments. Okay. See, she is making ornaments out of beads. See, she is making necklaces and earrings. This is how slowly people started doing different kind of occupations. Look, some of them said they are farming, so they are making, other are making ornaments, other are making clothes. So come on, they will make some pots and pans for the people. So the potters came into a being, and then now we needed different kind of implements. So for that we needed iron. Okay, iron also. So now the blacksmith started becoming famous. there was this person who said, "No, I will learn how to make these things and I will do only this work. I will not do farming." So, slowly and slowly, the different kind of occupations started developing, and then the villages also started becoming self-sufficient. Look, people started doing different kinds of work, okay? And then the villages started becoming self-sufficient. Self sufficient means everything that they needed to live was available available in their village. So this is how children, cities and villages they came to exist. Now let us see why some of these places become famous. Okay, so let me show you some pictures here. I am sure all of us know about this place and we have visited this place also. Now, which is this place? Yes, this is the very famous place in Mumbai, and that is the Gateway of India, isn't it? All of us have gone here and we have done some boating also, probably. I don't know whether all of us have done boating, but surely we have gone and we have seen this place. It is not only we, but people from all over India and even people from abroad, foreign countries who come to see this place, isn't it? So, this is the Gateway of India. Let me show you one very famous place in our city. Once again, this is the Dargah of Haji Ali. This is also very famous place. So when I showed you these two pictures, that is this one and this one, what city did you remember or which city came to your mind immediately? Yes, it is our very own dear city of Mumbai, isn't it? So, when we say Mumbai, we remember all these things. We remember the Mahalakshmi temple, we remember the Haji Ali, we remember the church at Mumbai. Okay, we remember the church at Mahim, isn't it? And the Bandra Worli ceiling. So there are so many things which make our city famous, Mumbai. Now, just like Mumbai, there are many other places also which are famous because of the temples there, because of the caves there. Okay, you must have gone to, or you must at least you must have at least heard about Ajanta and Ellora caves or the Elephanta caves which are closer to Mumbai. So when you say Ajanta and Ellora, what is it famous for? It is famous for the caves in that place. Okay. Some places are famous for mosques. Some places are famous for churches, isn't it? So a city or a town is known by many of the historical things present there or because of the monuments present there. Now look, this is a very beautiful statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So there are some places which are famous because of these memorials, isn't it? Look, some places are famous for the forts. So you go to a particular place like Murud Janjira, you will able to see such beautiful forts, and there are forts in Raigad district also. So some places are famous for the forts and some places are famous for museums, isn't it? And then you go to see some places, you realize that all these places are historically very important. These places or these objects or these monuments, they help us to understand our history. Okay, so what should we do? They are very famous for us. That means they are very valuable for us. Okay, now these buildings also, they are our treasure. Treasure means they are something which is very valuable for us. Now when you have something very valuable at home, what do? You try to keep it safe, isn't it? You try to see that no one takes it away from you. You try to see that no one damages it. So in the same way, all these historical objects, these buildings, etc., they are our treasure. Treasure means something which is very valuable. Okay, so we should all try to protect these things and also try to keep them safe. So what will you do? how you how will you try to protect this kind of places? For example, when we go to see a fort or when we go to see a temple, we sometimes see people writing something on the walls of these forts using stone. Sometimes we see people throwing rubbish here and there. Okay, we see people spitting, we see people making the place dirty. When you see such things, what should you do? You should immediately tell that my teacher has taught me in standard 3rd EVS that protecting these historical objects is my responsibility. So you should very gently but very firmly, okay, very gently and very firmly tell them that they should not do things like this. So protecting all these historical things, historical objects, monuments, temples, mosques, all this is our responsibility. Okay children, look, there is the Raigad fort, and Raigad district is very famous for the Raigad fort. Alright, now you will see that some places are even named after some very great personalities. Now this place also, all of us Mumbaikars, we know this place very well, isn't it? So this is the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus railway station. Now this railway station is named after the greatest king of India, that is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Alright, now there are many other places also dedicated to the memory of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So look, there is the place called Talegaon. Okay, now why is this place called Talegaon? Because Shivaji Maharaj had stopped near Talegaon and he had set up a camp there, a base there. In Marathi it is called as Tale, and therefore the name of this place became Talegaon. Alright children, so let us summarize what we have learned today. We have learned that how villages, how towns, how cities are formed. Many settlements merged together and formed a village. Next we learned that as farming developed, people had to do different kinds of work. Okay, so as they developed farming work, so they started doing different kinds of work, like weaving, then making pots, making ornaments, okay, etc. Next, some places become known for their historical buildings, okay, like caves, forts. A place gets its renown from its people and a place gets its renown from its people and their important deeds. Okay, so some places they developed from the people or their important deeds. Okay, so we have learned that how villages, how towns, how cities are formed, why they come up, how they become self-sufficient, and how some of places become very famous because of certain monuments, because of certain buildings in places. Now these monuments, these buildings, historical are historically very important. They help us to learn about history. Okay, so hope this lesson was very interesting for you all, and hope you also enjoyed watching all the beautiful places that we visited today. So that's all for today, children. Thank you.